All right, guys, Tyler Hamill back with you for the second video. Hopefully on video number one, you learned a little bit more about refined sugars and some of the options that are out there. So refined sugar, the silent killer, yes, it is. Back in the 1900s, the average American person was eating about 4 pounds of sugar per year. Now in 2017, it is more like 150 pounds. Some of the younger kids that are always eating those sweets is more like 175 pounds. So you can see why this is a major problem, and unfortunately it is getting worse. It is not getting better. Refined sugars. Over 70% of Americans get 10% of their total daily calories from refined sugar. That's pretty crazy. 30% of Americans get 20% of their total daily calories from eating refined sugar. So that's a double yikes, right? Again, this is why we're having so many problems with prediabetes and diabetes. Consuming high levels of refined sugars have been linked to over 600,000 deaths per year, right? So just eating sugar, you think, well, it just makes me gain weight, but there's much more to that, right? The more serious conditions that form because of eating way too much refined sugar, diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. 600,000 deaths a year is contributing to that. Refined sugars. Americans eat an average of 150 pounds. Like I said, in 1900s, it was about 4 pounds. Eating that much sugar puts a serious strain on the pancreas. You can see this picture over here, bum pancreas, unable to work, please help, right? So the pancreas releases insulin, but it can only do that for so long if it's asked to do that over and over and over again, right? So we look at how much sugar we're eating and also how many carbohydrates, right? So carbohydrates, we're eating about 5 to 10 times the amount every day that our body can handle. Carbs turn into sugar, so again, it's not just plain sugar or candy, anything like that. It's carbs that cause this issue as well. All right, so the pancreas, again, eventually it's unable to work when it's asked to release insulin over and over and over again. And this is why, like I mentioned before, there's a lot more prediabetes and diabetes going on. Over 50% of Americans over age 55 are pre-diabetic or type 2 diabetic. Actually, this was a stat from a few years ago, so it's probably worse now, right? There's no blood sugar regulation, so these folks are putting serious strain on their pancreas. They are blood sugar spikes. They're probably taking naps often throughout the day. They have brain fog. They just have no energy. That's what it does. What happens if I eat too much sugar long term? So sugar may potentially contribute to this: suppress the immune system, depletes minerals in the body, plays a part in cancer formation, increase Crohn's disease, IBS, right? Digestive issues, causes the body to store fat, leads to adrenal fatigue. You hear about chronic fatigue or adrenal burnout, contribute to memory loss. It's actually, they start calling it type 3 diabetes now, where the brain is just flooded with sugar and it's not able to function very well. Cause constipation. How many people have this issue? Contribute to hormone imbalance, kidney stones, and much more. So where do you find refined sugars? Any food. Well, you can't really call it food because it has no nutritional value, but this is junk food, right? It comes in a box, bag, or a can, usually contains refined sugar. Lots of processed stuff has refined sugars in there. They use it as filler. They use it to taste good. Yes, processed carbohydrates like pasta, bread, pastry, bagels, even oatmeal, carbs get broken down into sugar. That's very important. Again, it's not just sugar, but anything that breaks down into sugar. So alcohol, carbs, it could be a donut, it could be a white potato, it could be pasta, it could be bread. I hope you learned a little bit more on this video. We're going to do one more video just to show you some options, or what some good options are for looking more into refined sugar and what you can do to get healthier.